Let me ask you a question that might catch you off guard. Have you ever wondered if a woman in your life secretly likes you, but just won't say it? Maybe it's a coworker, a friend, someone you see in class, or even a girl you've just started talking to. What if I told you there are subtle signs, almost like a hidden language, that women use when they're interested, and most men simply never notice them? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn the 7 signs women show when they're secretly into you, but will never admit it. So, why is this such a mystery? Why won't women just come out and say it? For most women, expressing romantic interest outright can feel risky, vulnerable, or even a little awkward. They might not want to jeopardize a friendship, worry about how you'll react, or simply prefer a guy who can pick up the clues. Sometimes they don't even consciously realize how obvious they are. But these signals, they're not random. So if you notice she looks at you, looks away, and then glances again when she thinks you're not watching, that's not a coincidence. This lingering gaze, especially when mixed with a shy smile or even a quick look down, is a classic. It's a biological response. Her pupils might even dilate slightly when she's around you, because we can't always control what our eyes give away. If you're in a group, notice if she checks to see where you are or who you're talking to. These are subconscious acts of monitoring someone you want to be close to. She might not be staring you down like in a movie, but those little looks equals high interest. But what happens when you catch her looking? If she quickly looks away, that's not rejection. In fact, it's the opposite. Most women have learned to play it cool when caught staring. It's almost like their way of saying, "I'm interested, but you need to make the next move." Don't let that opportunity pass you by. Now, moving on to the second sign. These actions are all about closing distance, physical and psychological. You can tell a lot by how comfortable she lets herself be around you, and leaning in shows genuine engagement and desire to connect on a deeper level. Leaning in can look different depending on where you are. In a noisy place, it's almost expected. But even in quiet settings, if she's closing the gap, if her knees or her feet are pointed in your direction when she sits, take note. The knees, in particular, act almost like 2 arrows that point toward what a person finds most interesting. If her knees, toes, or even the rest of her body are oriented toward you, that's a subconscious alignment of interest. A third sign is all about mirroring. This one is sneaky because it can seem like nothing, but it's huge. Here's how it works. When someone is attracted to you, they will often, unintentionally, mimic your body language. If you rest your chin on your hand, she might soon do the same. If you notice this happening, it's your cue that she's very in tune with you. Let's talk about the fourth sign, and this one might make you second-guess your own intuition. Fidgeting. You might think fidgeting means boredom or impatience, but sometimes it's the complete opposite. When a woman is interested, she may become a little anxious, which leads to playing with her hair, touching her jewelry, adjusting her shirt, or smoothing out her skirt or blouse. These little nervous habits show she's aware of her appearance and how she's being perceived. It's a mix of nerves and hope, nerves about being seen, and hope that you are noticing her. Of course, not all fidgeting is good. If she's checking her watch or her phone repeatedly, that can mean she's checked out. But if her hands are twisting a strand of hair, if she's fixing her necklace, or seems a bit shy and giggly for no reason at all, that's interest, plain and simple. Remember, most cultures treat touch as a more intimate form of communication, especially between men and women. Is she quick to give a playful shove when you make a joke? Does she linger during a high five, or do her fingers brush against yours by accident? Maybe she accidentally bumps into you as you both squeeze past each other. Or she might not touch you directly, but she touches her own knees, or even objects like her glass or coffee cup in a soft, slow, almost sensual motion. These are not random or coincidental. In fact, touching her knees, especially if she's sitting close, is sometimes a subconscious urge to touch you instead. Here's something else. If she starts seeming more comfortable with skin-to-skin contact as you get to know her hand resting close to yours, letting your arms touch if you sit side by side, or even a reassuring touch on your arm when you're talking about something important. Pay close attention. Also, if you're ready to fast-track your success, check out my new course in the description or comments for exclusive strategies. If you find that she's the one suggesting group hangouts or offering to help you with something, chances are she just wants an excuse to be closer to you. Sometimes these invitations seem casual, but there's often another layer. They're her way of giving you low-pressure opportunities to make a move or simply see how you'll respond. Maybe you get a random text about something that isn't urgent. Or maybe she asks about a project you're working on just so she can keep the conversation going. A woman who initiates and keeps things flowing, who seems invested in your answer, not just giving you one-word responses, is showing she's genuinely interested. This happens because the more she engages with you, the more connection she feels. And, on a subconscious level, her attraction grows stronger as a result. Now, if a woman really wants to let you know, but not admit it directly, a huge giveaway is how open her body language is around you. Does she keep her posture open? Sure. By contrast, if someone keeps barriers up, crosses their arms, puts a bag between you, or turns away with their shoulders, that's usually a sign of discomfort or disinterest. But if she faces you, opens her body, and even sometimes changes her position to face you full on, that's a clear sign she feels safe and wants you closer. A bonus sign connected to body openness is showing more skin, or adjusting clothing to do so. This does not mean anything inappropriate. Sometimes it's as simple as removing a jacket, pulling up sleeves, or tucking hair behind ears. She might accidentally reveal more of her neck, a very sensitive area that humans instinctively expose when they feel attracted or vulnerable, or simply seem to preen a bit around you. These are all subtle hooks that say, hey, pay attention to me. Maybe you're still not convinced. You think, these signs are great, but I need something more concrete. If she's giving you that time freely, especially for conversations that don't revolve around practical reasons or group settings, that's a major green light. She might bring up things you've told her in the past, ask follow-up questions, or even reference inside jokes. The more she's invested in the exchange, the more likely she sees you as someone special. Even if she never comes right out and says, I like you, actions speak. Conversation is her way of deepening the relationship and paying attention to you, giving you her focus when she could just as easily scroll on her phone or talk to someone else, is a true sign of interest. Let's take all these signs and see how they might show up together. Imagine you're chatting after work with a friend. She looks up at you, holds your gaze just a second longer than usual, then glances away with a shy smile. She leans forward across the table, her knees pointed at you, playing with the rim of her coffee cup as you talk. As the conversation goes on, she asks how your day was, remembers your sister's name, and wants to know your opinion on a new project at work. See all those signals. That's a woman who is definitely, secretly, into you. You might be thinking at this point, but what if I misread these signs? What if she's just friendly? That's a valid question. Not every instance of these behaviors absolutely guarantees romantic interest. Context matters. Some women are naturally touchy, some people make eye contact as a habit, and sometimes mirroring is just social politeness. The real secret is to look for the pattern. If you notice several of these signs happening together, especially when combined with her effort to maintain interaction, comfort with touch, and willingness to open up, the chances are very high that her interest goes beyond just friendship. There's also the question of why a woman might keep these feelings hidden. Reading these signs correctly isn't about turning every interaction into a romantic opportunity. Sometimes, it just helps you understand your dynamic better and avoid missing out on potentially amazing relationships simply because you couldn't see the clues. And if you're confident you're spotting real interest, It gives you the green light to step up, move forward, and see where things go. Genuine attraction is rare, and when someone is showing you these signs, they're offering you an invitation, even if they'll never say it aloud. The more you practice seeing these things, the easier it becomes to notice the difference between friendliness and true, secret interest. As you learn to read the signs, remember to respect boundaries and maintain your own confidence. If you see multiple cues, those lingering glances, the leaning in, the fidgeting, the mirroring, the casual touches, the open posture, and the invested conversation, it's the perfect recipe for attraction. Thanks for watching. If you want to get the results you wish for fast, then check my limited time offer on my new course, which will skyrocket your success in dating. Click the link right now down below in the description or in the comments and grab this opportunity. See you in there.